Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Johnny, do you believe that there should be a list of places women want to go on dates? Because then we're gonna get into. I found that. Well, my husband sent a list. But do you think that women should be able to say on a date, "I'm not going into that place"?
Is there a no place for a first date? Like, of course, like a strip club.
No, but it's not even a no place. It's what the women think is beneath them. Is it okay for women to say, "I'm not going in there. That's not my type of establishment"?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can see that with certain type of establishments, a strip club, but restaurants on the first date. It's a restaurant.
But is a woman not allowed to say this is not what she eats?
It's
This is not.
preference. You can say what you want. Like you can say, we could go out, but I ain't trying to go there. You're allowed to put your input in.
I think if it's a place that you'll go, not on the first date, if it's a place that you don't go to, period, you don't spend your dollars at somewhere you don't visit, then at that point, yes, anybody can have the ground and say, "Oh, I don't eat there." But a first date, if you're not taking nobody to nowhere offensive, I think like it's kind of shallow to be like, "Oh, I ain't going to Outback for a first date because I need to go to a Japanese steakhouse." Like, if you want to show me, like, you want to woo me, bitch, on the first date, I'm trying to get to know you, honestly. Like,
I say, yeah, I don't think the first date should be some OD bougie thing.
Yeah, because it's like this is what you barely honestly gonna be on the first date. I don't even think you focus so much on eating. It's like uh small food and conversation, maybe drinks and stuff like that. But a luxurious meal on the first date, I personally wouldn't pay for it because first off, why am I paying for the expensive fancy meal for somebody I don't know? And then for two, as a woman or whatever you is, we talk all this equal opportunity shit. It's a first date. Let's be fair. Let's focus on getting to know each other before we talk about spending habits or judge somebody based on a first location, especially if it's a I said, Outback or Cheesecake Factory or Applebee's or shit, David Buster. Shit, David Buster would be a fun first date. This is supposed to be entertaining, get to know each other, but ultimately fun. Like, so it's like you got to be just open.
Well, that's the first time right there, right?
Kind of shallow.
Yeah, first time right there. You offer a place. The female doesn't like the place, prefers a more bougie place. That lets you know, shorty. If you got the money, that's what she's into. The big spending. She only around.
Or even if she said like, cause even I can't really say it's big spending. It's just like what type of vibe are you looking for? Because if you say like, oh, I prefer something more intimate and less traffic, like that can be anywhere. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't think it has to be a Michelin 5-star restaurant. I just think it has to be something that's gonna serve the purpose of y'all having some intimacy. It should be somewhere intimate, but the whole goal of the first date is to get to know each other. Like, if I can take you in a hole in the wall or some fucking rat infested, roach infested place, then it shouldn't. For the first date, it shouldn't be that serious.
But also, you gotta, you need the good impression. So it's like I see the side of where their preferences, and you got to make that impression. Like obviously, you got the date, But because you got the date, that's one part of it. If you plan on continuing the date, this date has to go well, you know? So honestly, but again, you communicate it, but
And what makes a day go well? Generally, on the first day, what makes a day go well is conversation.
And where he takes you.
And so for a first date, it could be a fucking, honestly, it could be as intimate as a walk in the park or a local, maybe having all those little food markets or whatever and shit. I think it should be more intimate than anything, but the location, as long as it's providing that intimacy that allows you guys to get to know each other, and it's not some nasty, disgusting place, it shouldn't be that deep.
I think we're losing the fact that if she doesn't eat those places, or you don't tell her because you want to surprise her, or whatever the case may be, you cannot get mad at somebody for saying, "Well, I don't eat there, and I'm not getting out the car. That's not where I eat. That maybe that's where you eat, but that's not where I eat." And that shouldn't be something that she is frowned upon, or she look like a gold digger. It's a lot of people who don't eat fast food places, and Outback and Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's are considered now fast food places because the food is in and out. You sit down, you order, and it's not anything kind of a restaurant. They don't really consider that a restaurant anymore. They consider that a fast food place. So to me, if she tells you, well, that I don't really eat at these places, then that's to be respected. It's up to you then if you want to pursue and go on a second date. But I don't think the bougie or the high maintenance title should be on her because she's telling you, I don't really eat at these places.
So
I don't think that's the biggest issue. Yes, if y'all had those conversations about,
but a lot of times guys don't tell you where they're taking you. They go, you want to go out to eat, and most of the time they say, oh, just get dressed and we'll go out. A lot of the conversations are not being had about where you're going to eat. And of course, I'm pretty sure if he would have told her from the jump they were going to Cheesecake Factory, I'm pretty sure in the video she would have never went. And again, so
yeah, that's possible. But also, she should have told him at that point. That's early in communication. Because bitch, you say you ain't getting out of my car. Yes, you getting out and you gonna walk because now you are being snobby. Now, if we would have had this conversation
but what's being snobby about?
I'm not getting out the car because I don't eat at places like this. Okay, you telling me what you ain't gonna do in my car. Yes, you don't have to go inside. But if I say, bitch, get out of my car, you're gonna get out of my car. That's one thing. But yes, you're right in the sense of her saying, hey, I don't eat at places like this. But unfortunately, when you're prepared for a date, and once we pull up somewhere, if you have these preferences, then you need to make stuff like that made known. Because in those cases, if you have those specific places that you don't vacate or you don't travel to, then you can make it a joke. If he say, hey, get ready, and get ready, I'm gonna take you out or whatever, you can make your point made without being coming off as like arrogant or coming off as stuck up and shit. Because if you got these particular places that you don't dine in, then I would think as somebody who's looking to date somebody, you would make these things known so you give that person a fair chance to ultimately impress you or take you on a date within your liking. But also, this just gives you the opportunity or give you the space to actually go somewhere that you actually frequent, someplace that you will actually go to. I don't know how you get to that conversation saying, I don't eat cheesecake, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. I mean,
I feel like if you pursuing somebody, you see off the back how they are and who they are, and so it's not it's not okay for me. The problem here is if you come up to me and you wearing Yeezys and you wearing Louis Vuitton outfits and sweatsuits, I'm not thinking you're gonna take me to no damn Cheesecake Factory. Let's be real about it. If you show up in my house, let's be really real about this. If you show up to pick me up in a Tesla and a fucking BMW, that I'm thinking your taste is just as good as my taste. I'm not sitting back and saying, well, let me.
But what's your taste? Because bitch, you ain't got no car. Like,
well, you don't know if she has a car. You don't know if he picked her up at her
and
house.
that's what I'm saying. You don't know what he did either. Did he pull up in the BMW? I don't remember them saying his car.
No, because in the video
he had on Louis Vuitton. And
I'm not saying the clothes wise, but I'm saying the car wise. You can, I think in the video you can see what kind of car it is.
What type of car was it?
I think it was a nice ass car. I can hear you.
But I think that's another aspect of it is like, you know, I feel like people probably feel for certain places there's different levels of dressing up. Maybe someone will dress up to cheesecake how they would dress up to another place.
Oh, it definitely, you definitely dress different for like a Michelin 5-star restaurant versus going to cheesecake. Yes, if you go to cheesecake and if you're on a date, you're gonna go try to look nice. Now, when you go to a 5-star restaurant, then you're gonna turn it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So that I don't know what, again, it seems like a lack of communication between them two, because again, I think on the first date, the place isn't, as long as it's not a nasty place, and you say, you know, yes, Outback and these chains are not fine dining, but they're not fast food. They are dining, but they're not fast. They're not fast food, but they're not fine dining. But with a first date, I think the biggest thing, even a lot of people just pull up to a nice bar and have drinks and have conversation. The biggest thing is, where can you find an intimate place that you can have a good conversation with somebody to get to know them on the first date? It's all about conversation. Like that's what at least that's what it should be about. Solely conversation. So if you find somewhere intimate, it don't have to be nothing crazy expensive. Can we enjoy each other and get to know each other? So I think it's a lack of communication on both sides, because if you have these preferences, like people, I hate the assumption, like I'm supposed to assume that you like this type of stuff, or I'm supposed to assume that this wouldn't be of your taste. Let me know so I don't make these mistakes. Give me a fair chance. Therefore, okay, she ain't into this type of stuff, then let me think of, based on what she told me, then I might pick something, or I might say based on that, like, yeah, I don't like the way she think. I don't like the way like, I'm trying to get to know her. I'm trying to have a conversation with her. I'm not focused on the restaurant. So to me it's a lack of communication on both sides, because yes, I don't know what cues or signs she gave him that he might have missed, and he thought like, okay, whatever restaurant it was, I think it was Cheesecake, that this would be fine enough restaurant for a first date. But also on her side, if you got these no restaurants, then let it be known. Let people know in conversation. I can't tell you how to do it, but you find a way. If these are like just deal breakers for you, give that person that opportunity to know off the jump, so they don't make that mistake. Especially if you really want to get to know this person. Hey, no offense, I don't shop at places, or I don't eat at places like this, and give your whatever reasons that you have, and then that person can be like, oh, cool, I hear you. And then from there, they can decide, yeah, this ain't my type of lady. Or they can say, you know what? I like her.
Out of this list, no lie, I don't know how Cheesecake Factory is number one. Just looking at this list, I think a church date should be definitely number one. Because that is crazy for a first date, taking someone to church.
People do that. People do church and
but there's
and
so
brunch.
many different, you know what I'm trying to say? It's different religions. You would have to really be specifically looking for people within your religion, I guess.
But that's what happens in conversation.
But that's true. Once you communicate it, you would know. But I'm saying, but that's like only a select few group people. That's like the minority. A majority ain't doing church dates. because everybody either they atheists or they believe whatever religion they believe in.
And again, as a person going on a date, that might give you the answers that you want. If, God forbid, he or she don't want to go to church and they looking at you crazy, then that might be the sign for you to be like, he or she ain't about the faith like I am. So let me stop right here. Like everybody's approach is different. But I've heard of people doing church and brunch on the first date.
But see, you said church and brunch. That's like dinner and a movie. So you have to do something else with it. It's a combination.
Yeah, because because in church you ain't talking.
That's why I think it should be number one.
Yeah, you should be in church like, yeah. So what's your favorite type?
But some of this stuff I agree with. First date should never be in anybody's house. I would never.
That should be higher too. That should be. I don't understand how they say there's 20 other things that's worse than that on the first date.
So let's go through the list so we can see if it's bullshit or not. Cheesecake, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle. Okay, so Chipotle maybe because Chipotle is a fast food restaurant. Cheesecake, Applebee's, Chili's, Olive Garden, I have no problem with. The movies shouldn't be a first date, honestly, because you don't have much conversation in the movies. You ain't really get to know each other. So like all first dates should be about conversation. So okay, that's smart. Your house, although people they be doing this nigga make dinner for you, shorty make dinner for you, that's trash and that's scary as well. So you definitely should be going to nobody's house on the first date. Any fast food chain, yes, I agree. That is correct. Buffalo Wild Wings, it depends. Are y'all trying to catch a game? Are you a sports fan? Is this young lady into sports?
Listen, Buffalo Wild Wings, that's a wonderful place, man. Wonderful.
Again, it all depends on the lady. Is she into sports? Does she like football? Does she like basketball? Or he or she, because I want to make it gender specific, although this list I think was made by women.
Yeah, it says here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date.
Buffalo Wild Wings, cool. All right. Wingstop, definitely don't go to Wingstop. Red Lobster is in the group of cheesecake and all them, so I don't see no problem with that. A buffet, I don't really get buffets. Are for the most part disgusting. So I don't really see a buffet as a good first date. Although there are a few buffets that I like. IHOP.
You tell me that IHOP, I might leave.
IHOP again because IHOP ain't intimate. Yeah, so I can see that not being there because IHOP is a mess. Denny's, another one, a mess. The gym. It depends on what type of lifestyle you live. Going to the gym with somebody might be a dope.
I'm saying, dope. At first I didn't see it, but I can see the gym being the first date. If you like a fitness person,
if you are a health enthusiast and if you about that healthy shit, then yes, that can work. That's all comes in conversation though. So like these women obviously don't work out. But for this one, it depends on the type of lady and the people in that relationship because this might be an ideal date for a lot of people. Church. Go your atheist guy hating ass somewhere because I think taking somebody, it's a combination, but it also is just to see where people at. You don't want to waste your time. I see so many people wasting their time with people that don't believe the way they believe, and ultimately you grow feelings for somebody, and then you have these spiritual clashes that ultimately waste your time. Take them to church, see what they really about, if they believe or not. They don't have to be a devout Christian or devout whatever religion that you might prescribe to, but see if they believe in the faith. And also, shit, if you're a Christian and they fucking Muslim, you know they ain't gonna work. Get that shit out the way. Stop wasting time. So yes, I ain't mad at people going to church. Starbucks ain't a bad first date, man. People go on coffee dates all the time.
But see, that's the difference. Starbucks is it's too busy.
I wouldn't want to.
If you take me, and I love coffee, right? So let's say if on our first day you would have been like, hey, at that time
let's go to a little coffee shop.
I would have went with you and I would have enjoyed that because I am a coffee drinker, right? But if you would have said let's go to Starbucks, I would have looked at you like,
yeah, but you gotta it's finesse because we go to a coffee spot and it should be nasty. Now we got nasty coffee because I'm trying to go through this little trinket of coffee spots and it's like, yeah,
but that's what it is. You go through those trinkets.
Let's go to Starbucks where I can get my coffee that I know you're gonna get your coffee that you
thank
like.
God you didn't drink coffee until after we started dating. Cause
I started drinking. You made me start drinking coffee.
Now he's gonna say I made him
but they took Starbucks and then they put coffee dates. Coffee dates ain't a good date.
Not what they say in the first date. So coffee dates after you done had a few. So coffee dates are usually in the like daytime type shit. So what they're saying is, as a first date, maybe you don't want to meet in the afternoon. Maybe you want to. It's a more of an evening feeling. That's what they.
But also, coffee dates is safer than meeting. No, it's a lot of weirdos in this world. Like meeting somebody in the daytime is actually a smarter thing. Let's meet at 11 a.m.
Safer choice.
That's a safer choice for a first date. Coffee date is usually in a place where it's well lit, it's intimate, it's not OD busy in the private owned coffee shops. It's like they have their own vibe and feng shui where it's like very chill and it's great for conversation. You trying to get to know somebody, that's a great spot to just have a conversation with somebody. Early, 11 in the morning, have a good conversation. And then if that shit don't go good, like, you get rid of that nigga, and then you have your whole day to yourself. I
feel like when we started dating, it was a different time. You get what I'm saying? Like we were in a whole different time. So it's easier for us to sit here and say, well, these dates are good for us and these dates are not. When we haven't been in the dating pool for almost 13 years.
No, but I'm saying it's because if I was, I would enjoy a date like a coffee. Knowing what I know now and what I like now, I would enjoy a coffee date. I don't want to go out and fucking to a restaurant.
You are plus older than most of these people who are in the dating pool, my love.
That ain't true because us a lot of people at our age that can't get right.
Right.
Look at John and our friend.
Oh my God. Jesus,
I'm speaking from the experience and the people I see. And if John was to do more coffee dates, John be killing the game. All right? Stop going to Buffalo Wild Wings and take him to get some coffee. All right, what else is it?
AC because
ice cream dates. Yeah, that's ice cream dates is a little
outdated. Can you turn the AC?
No, it's just I don't want to. A grown man should be sucking on no ice cream on the first date.
Oh my God! But he could suck on a straw for a coffee.
You drinking?
You necessarily gotta suck the ice cream.
Yeah, that's
a spoon.
No, but I'm saying you usually got a cone and shit, nigga. Lick at ice cream. No ice cream. But coffee, most people drink warm coffee, so you get because a woman will judge you if you get a super sweet iced coffee on the first date. She gonna judge you off of that. Yeah, let me get that caramel drip with extra caramel and foam. Bro, she ain't gonna talk to you again. So you get you a black coffee, you get you espresso. So that you a little bit manly. You can drink your coffee black. Family functions, yes, don't do that. That's dumb. So
that makes sense. You should
talk shit about you.
But see, are these first dates of people you don't know? Because if it's let's say you've known the person forever.
Oh yeah, and you just started dating,
right?
Then that changed. That definitely changed. That changed a lot.
As a first date, you wouldn't bring them to a family function.
I think they're slowly talking about getting to know the person, like introduction to the person. So
basically, you being a random person.
You just started talking to somebody. This y'all first date, real first acquaintance. Y'all trying to get to know each other. So a family function it's not smart. Movie night somewhere there requires a long drive. Yes. First date, that's not something you do.
I swear to God.
Because then it's like, where the fuck we going? Like
you passed
like,
3 exits. What the fuck?
You texting people next to you like,
But
yo, I'm about to share my location.
But see, this list would have been common sense when I was young. But because nowadays things are happening and women are being sex trafficked and raped and constantly harassed. There's a video, no lie, there's a video. I wish I was gonna send it, but when I went to go like press it again, it like didn't let me send. Yeah, the video is this guy shows up to this lady's house after having a date. So he picked her up, they had the date, and he drops her off. Then he goes home, changes, come back to her house.
I think I seen that. Oh, you shared that with me or something.
And I didn't get to share it with you. I just saw it today.
I think I seen that video.
And she's telling him, like, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I came to see what's up. And she was like, there's nothing what's up. You can get back in your fucking car and you can fucking go. And he's like, well, I spent all this money on you, so you're either going to give me some or you're going to pay me back. And it's like, this is the type of shit women gotta like fucking deal with on a regular. Like, either you give me some or I pay you back. And now he knows where she live. And now is that constant fear of when this nigga gonna show up to my motherfucking place. So girls, if you have a list and all this other shit, first dates you should be driving yourself and meeting that nigga there.
That's a fact.
So that when you get ready to go,
or if that nigga driving you,
or have him pick you up at like a location
I'm about to say
it's safe. It's like it's safe. You know.
Or if and if that's the case, that if you don't want him to know your license plate number or anything like that, you take an Uber there and an Uber home. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Though. Huh? Can't trust Uber nowadays.
Nah, but it's safer than if you don't trust this nigga, then you get in the Uber. You know he don't get your information. You don't let him get you the Uber. You get it yourself.
You borrow your pop's car, your uncle's car, your cousin's car.
That's still too close.
But that's still too close because it's somebody that's close to you. That's their information.
Or you have a crazy relative that you know.
That's still people close to you.
Johnny, you don't want to put nobody in a situation where he knows who your family is, who this is, this and them stuff. You want to put yourself in a very clear.
Cut ties if you need to.
Right.
Don't let the nigga buy your Uber because I heard niggas be doing that. Let me pay for your Uber, and then they have your information of where you live and shit, and you get a weirdo.
Shit, I don't even take Ubers unless it's with you to the house.
Yeah.
And I'm a whole married woman, and I refuse to put this address into Uber or Lyft.
Back to the list though. They also said somewhere that requires a long drive. I agree. Bowling.
Yeah, I wouldn't do bowling on the first date.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be too competitive on the first date. And then bowling ain't gonna give you much time to talk either, because
bowling.
Some other shit.
No, it's crazy. I see pool on here.
Because that's just a given. Nobody want to do pool.
And most of these women don't play pool at all, so that's why it ain't even come up. Pool ain't even something these women probably haven't even played before. So that's why it ain't on the list. Nightclubs, of course, duh. Hookah bar, duh. Dominican, that might be the one. A bar just for drinks, I don't think that's bad, depending on the type of bar. Because again, it depends on type of night.
I wouldn't.
Type of night, it could, and it could be dangerous because this nigga could be drunky. So I'll stay. I agree. I can stay away from the bars. Waffle House, niggas is in Waffle House. You don't never go to Waffle. You shouldn't be going to Waffle House, period, because that shit ghetto as hell. And sports events, of course, you can't talk. First dates should only be intimate places. And so all these restaurants you could possibly have. I ain't saying you can't. I ain't saying they're the best. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, they can't be intimate. But you could also have a decent meal and conversation at fucking Cheesecake Factory. Why they made this don't list, they should made a do list. I would love to see that, because that's going to tell me more about who they are based on that do list. These are the places these are the type of dates you should have for a first date. If they say motherfucking
would you know where to take me on the first date? Let's say we did this all over, we didn't live in the dorms together, and we didn't. Would you know where to take me?
I would do something simple.
What's simple?
Like a coffee date. That's perfect for me. A coffee date.
I'm talking about, let's go back into 2010, where you wasn't drinking coffee.
Right.
So take that out.
Right.
But we just passed, like we passed path.
And I'm taking your ass to somewhere on the strip. I'm gonna take you to one of those Japanese joints. I'm taking you to Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, one of them motherfuckers. I ain't coming here to spend money, girl. I want to know you. If I can't get to know you inside one of these restaurants, then I don't want to get to know you. It's just like that. Because I just saw your ass out here for that. Though you be out here on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the 50-cent wings, and you talk about can't take me to Buffalo Wild Wings. Man, you don't get out of my face.
You never saw me at that line for no damn Tuesday.
I just saw you order 8 flats. Man, don't talk to me about not to take you here. Give me these young ladies who made this list. I'm not gonna shit on y'all list, but give me a prime first date that you guys would think would be nice, or a guy should be trying to do on a first date.
Sushi, hibachi.
How do you can't do no sushi hibachi. You don't know what people food allergies? Or people eat raw food, raw fish. That's a dumb first date. Unless y'all had a conversation.
Okay, so Korean barbecue.
Bro, who wants to cook on a first date?
That shows you what type of housewife she's gonna be.
Right, that's a fact though. But see, that's for him. That ain't for her.
But that is fun because it works out perfect. Let me tell you why. John, you should listen to this shit, okay?
I'm listening.
Because, all right, cause I'm giving you game. It lets you know if she's gonna cook. Because if she goes in and if she expects them to cook, or she expects you to cook,
she's fucking up the food.
Right. Or if she's burning the meat, then you already know what type of bitch she is. But she's also gonna look at it as Korean barbecue is expensive as fuck.
Right.
So
he got money.
He's trying to spend some money on me.
And see, that's you want to keep the expectations low. Keep it low.
Johnny, don't listen to that.
Yeah, keep it low. Because I'm not taking you to Korean barbecue every other week. So go not low, but at a medium. The first date shouldn't be lavish because again, this is real life. We can't expect for this to be the norm. That's my whole thing. First date should be some realism, conversation, medium type of meal. So that's why I'm saying, tell me what's a medium. Tell me what's a good
I just told you what a medium was.
That ain't a medium. Sushi and Korean barbecue is not a medium.
It is.
A medium is a coffee date. That's a medium. A medium is Cheesecake Factory. Everybody loves fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings ain't a medium.
Oh.
But everybody eat Buffalo
Johnny,
Wild Wings.
you ain't never gonna get no fucking.
But it ain't a medium. Buffalo Wild Wings is considered like a sports bar.
Yeah, Johnny, cheapo.
Sports bar restaurant. So
yeah,
that's
you still go there and spend shit. Wings is expensive. That's a luxury.
No, but I'm saying, I'm saying,
we're not talking about it. Don't
get me wrong. Everything is expensive, John.
No,
we know everything.
Nah, fuck that.
Yo, oh my God, 12 wings and fries. I bought 12 wings and fries. That shit was almost $30. It wasn't
again, delivered. John. Yes, everything is expensive. We know. But Buffalo Wild Wings is considered a sports bar. That's their whole image.
No, yeah,
sports bar.
It is a sports bar, but wings is luxurious meal now.
Yes, and you go to
what the fuck? It has never been a luxurious meal.
Oh no, it wasn't, but now it is.
It's still not. As a woman looking at it, John, it's still not.
I'm just saying you don't want to do too much on the first date. The first date is solely about conversation. It's about intimacy. Let's see if we have some intimacy. Let's see if we got the connection. Let's talk. And the restaurant ain't gonna do that. Fine dining ain't gonna tell you who I am.
All right, let's get into this because
So I want to see the list of what a first date should be. Until y'all put that list together, shut the hell up.
No one will put that list and counter this list.
No, I'm saying the same girls, the same ladies. Y'all said what's wrong and what not to do. Give us the game. Tell us what to do.
I would like to see that list.
But they ass don't know. That's women for you. Can tell you what not to do, but won't tell you what you should. I don't know. Surprise me.
Surprise you and you take them to one of the six. Oh, that's not where I'm trying to go.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. Welcome to the brand new episode of another City Opinion podcast. Your boy John is back. Hold up.
John is back. Welcome back, John.
I wasn't here last week, unfortunately.
You weren't here.
I was not here. My first ASO episode I ever missed.
You know what, John? Because you missed the episode, but just like, when I miss OSA, the show must go on.
That is true.
And so,
the Johnsons
exactly. I need you to trust in us that we gonna hold you down.
I think that episode we did was amazing.
Oh, it's a great episode. But I'm just saying, the way I trusted them to hold it down when I miss OSA, John, this was us showing you that we got it too.
Yeah, that's how it should be. I don't know, Bree kind of with that last time, try to give me like I'm Otis. I'm Otis.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
I mean, let's be honest here, okay?
Anybody come to see you, Otis?
That was a fucking good episode. I mean, if that doesn't show my husband, we should do a couples podcast. I don't know what should.
I think that's a good idea. I actually think it's a good idea.
After watching the episode, did you feel like it was a...
Yeah, but then I don't know what will happen to ASO, but I still think it's a good idea. I do think
I think it's all a matter of content. And once we figure out what it looked like, where it's variety from what we already doing and what everybody else is doing, then we'll get there.
Well, here's the difference. What everybody else is doing, what he don't understand is that a lot of these, these couple podcasts are with people with money. So you can talk about a relationship and how it works if you are already situated in money. But when you have two broke people talking about relationships and how it works in broke situations, because financial is the number one reason why people get divorced or don't make it in a relationship. So when you put that into a broke mindset, unfortunately, or a broke lifestyle,
I ain't broke, I'm ambitious.
you have good content. So that's the only reason why I'm saying that it would be a good podcast. But
we will see.
But Johnny's back. My co-host Bree and my guy Dev, the host, in the back. It seems things are going more left. DJ Envy's partner hit with the real estate Rico, Dev. Your favorite word, the Rico. Everybody gets a Rico.
Too popular, man.
It's not a Rico. This ain't a Rico. Let's not call it a Rico. I mean, if that's what they charging him with. But this is not a Rico.
Everybody catch a Rico now.
But to me, a Rico is when it's
conspiracy.
Right. This
ain't no conspiracy.
He conspired to do a pyramid Ponzi.
A Ponzi scheme.
I'm just saying, I just feel like, and DJ Envy, they told him to take a few weeks off and, get off of he would not.
Fine.
But he was on there. What he did was he Zoom called in, and of course Charlamagne answered.
But even with the last episode that he was on there, Charlamagne was telling him to shut up, and he like, nah, I gotta He like, didn't your lawyer tell you to be quiet, not to say nothing? He like, nah, I just gotta speak my piece. And Charlamagne like, yo, this what's wrong with light-skinned people. They arrogance, they don't know how to shut the fuck up. He dead talking after the lawyers now, after they came, took the computers and shit. Charlamagne is literally telling him to be quiet. And he on there dropping names, saying Caesar this, Caesar that, this what happened and shit after his representation is telling him to shut up.
The problem here is he's done interviews after interviews defending this motherfucker or promoting him. And they are going to use that against him.
Right.
Because what happens is when you talk all that shit and you bring him on and you mix two worlds, he mixed Breakfast Club with him. And now that he had him on there, 105.1 is now going to get sued. iHeartRadio is now going to get sued for having this man on there without doing their
allowing him to bring that guy
diligence
up there
on his background and what he is.
Right.
They are liable to be sued.
Yeah, because again, they allow Envy to come, bring him in and interview him,
and
as somebody reliable and using Viacom and iHeart name. So yeah, that makes them liable as well.
And people's gonna follow it because they was on the Breakfast Club. You know how people are. Oh shit, he was on the Breakfast Club talking this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how people are.
Exactly.
So
he's been back again. Breakfast Club, one of the biggest radio. I think the biggest radio program in the fucking world. And so y'all got Envy on here. Y'all got this nigga saying one thing. Y'all got Envy in here backing it. It looks good because they backed by Viacom and iHeart.
Right.
It looks like y'all in cahoots.
Right.
So yeah, I come for all they ass. I come for Envy. I'll come for Caesar. If I lost my money, if I'm those people that lost their life savings and shit, I'm coming for iHeart. I'm coming for Envy, and I'm coming for Caesar.
But according to the feds, they said DJ Envy is looking like a victim in this.
Yeah, because he playing the Ja Rule role. I didn't know. I'm a victim too. I put money into this. I'm losing stuff. I was hoodwinked. I was bamboozled. I'm a victim as well.
But I'm not gonna lie, I seen a clip where DJ Envy, he should have known, first of all, homie none gets learned real estate in jail, but that's
I just said that earlier.
Yep.
I would say that's one
This nigga learned real estate from a crook.
So I'll say that's one possible red flag, because you could come out of jail and turn your whole life around and do better. So that's one possible red flag. But one of the advice he told DJ Envy was basically, when it goes to real estate, why use your money when you can use other people's money? That's what
I swear, I just told Devin, I saw that fucking interview. John, when I saw that shit, I was on the fucking floor.
I was like, yeah, damn. I was like, damn.
And Envy sitting there like, you right.
And that wasn't a sign like, oh, nah, he might be taking your money?
No, what would be a sign is you sitting here with Charlamagne and Angela Yee, right? You got all this business going on in real estate. These your peoples. Why they ain't putting their money in? Charlamagne got a bunch of shit going on, got his name mixed in a whole bunch of different shit, invested in a bunch of different shit. I'm sure Angela Yee at the time got her name mixed in shit. She got businesses going and all that. Bro, you got this cash cow. These your two partners in crime. Why they ain't say, oh, we gonna put our money into it?
Yeah, I heard Joe Budden told him from the jump.
Oh yeah, because I saw an interview. He was saying he went to Joe Budden first, and Joe Budden said that nigga's a crook.
He said, "No." He said that's a Ponzi scheme. Nope.
Yeah, right.
And you're gonna go to jail.
Right. Joe Budden told his ass from the jump because he said he went to Joe Budden, Clue, and Fabulous, and them niggas was not with it. And Joe Budden told his ass, that's a Ponzi scheme, and your ass going to jail. So you got all these people that's actively doing business and they don't want no parts of this shit. And they tell you like, this shit don't feel right. This shit don't seem right. And you don't say, before I put my money in, before I start really promoting this shit, bro, let me get my research.
It's craziness. DJ Envy is out here going.
Just saying, Envy, you let that light skin privilege get to you. Thought you was that nigga and thought you was gonna be motherfucking one of them house flippers, those twin brothers. What's them buddies' name? You know, the two twins that be flipping cribs and shit.
I can't stand DJ Envy.
He thought he was gonna be on one of them home improvement, home living channels and shit.
I really can't stand DJ Envy though.
Let me flip your crib and shit. He thought he was gonna bring Exhibit in and they was gonna do flip your crib.
But here's the thing, and here's the problem. DJ Envy done got an office next to his office. Something about just because you ran, just because you next to somebody doesn't mean my nigga.
Envy about to play dumb. I had no idea.
Of course he is, and unfortunately, because who his family is and what they have and who they are in the system, he gonna get away with this shit. That's the part that sucks.
But his reputation is shit though. His reputation is over.
Yeah, he can't.
Already halfway. People only half of people respect his ass to begin with.
Why he a bitch?
And now it's gonna be like, bro, you look like a straight doofus, and it's his rep. Envy need to disappear at this point. Take care of his family and his wife, who he be ready to fight about all the time.
All the time. Like, she cannot be sitting there offended 24/7.
About every fucking thing.
Bitch, you done got cheated on and didn't look offended about that shit. But you sure you look offended if somebody make a joke. Like, miss me with the shits. Like, I can't. Like, and because now DJ Envy is coming up with these charges, like old surface videos of him talking about this shit is coming up, and it's funny as fuck.
Right.
He went to go see a place with this nigga, had a school with this nigga, build a new complex building, 6 units, and I'm looking like, and nigga, not once did it. Come on, man.
He didn't do his due diligence.
And I'm looking at the videos. He looked dusty.
About $50 million in real estate.
Yeah, nigga look like he stink. I wouldn't trust his ass. Nigga wearing jean shorts.
It's just funny to me whenever somebody went onto the Breakfast Club, they were like, DJ Envy, ain't you selling real estate now? Ain't you doing real estate? Like, if these motherfuckers knows you as real estate, that means something's happening in the back part.
No, they said that because they laughing at his ass, like.
Right, but they also knew that he was doing business with this motherfucker, and they knew something in the back.
Yeah, they knew that shit was fugazi. That's why they making fun. You do real estate, right? Ha ha ha. We laughing in your face. Hey, y'all better get down. You know, y'all missing out. Nope, they did exactly what they should do. Kept their name out of that bullshit. Oh. But we'll see what can happen with this. I hope Envy go to jail. Him and that fat nigga. The fat nigga been in jail already, so he'd be welcome back. But Envy as well, because again, they took advantage of a lot of people. A lot of people life savings is fucked up due to this. Because again, like shit like this don't get remedied overnight. So a lot of people are hoping that, use this money to better themselves. Now they fucked for the most part.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the unfortunate parts of it. But we'll leave DJ Envy alone and get to another name that's been in the news. because of their partner as well. Will Smith finally, he was been trolling throughout this process of, Jada doing a press run for her book. But basically, he speaks out. He finally spoke out and said he's standing by his wife. And, that they are working stuff out. They plan on healing together. Is that the stance y'all want from Will, or y'all fine with his stance?
Hey, if that's how you feel, we ain't got shit else to say. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to abuse, the person got to want to get out first. You know what I'm saying? I done had, cousins, female cousins that used to get beat up by their baby daddies. And when I go over there and try and fight and they beat me up, you got to walk away. Will getting beat up right now, but he in love. So all we can do as friends and family is pray and hope he find healing. And that's it. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
He's a battered wife.
You got anything to say?
I'm confused. He a battered wife.
Mentally battered.
Nah. We don't put a lot on this bitch. We don't put a lot. But it's Will's ego and Will's pride that has kept him in this situation. It is not that she has battered him and beat him. It is the fact that his ego and his ideal of what a family should look like, because he didn't have that, has kept him in a situation where I feel like they have created this persona and he's not gonna leave it.
He's not giving it up.
Right. So it is not that he's battered, right? I think he's known everything from the beginning. I think he's always known that Jada didn't want kids. I think he's always known that Jada didn't want to be married to him. I think he's always known that Jada loved Tupac. I think he's always known that she didn't want to be in this situation. And he continued to press it because there was an image he had to have. He said it on the Red Table Talk when his first marriage failed. He promised himself that shit wouldn't happen with Jada. If he had to work triple double times to make sure that it didn't happen with Jada, that's where he was going with it. He has kept himself in this situation so that he don't have to save face to a second divorce in the industry. And that's how I feel about it. He has had every opportunity to walk away from this situation and come out as like this hero and this self-loving person and this changed person or whatever. Will has had plenty of times when that shit happened with the entanglement. He had every opportunity to walk away from Jada and be in a perfect and look like he didn't do no wrong and still woke up with his head held high. This shit, when he smacked Chris, he could have said, "You know what? This is it. I'm fixing me. I think it's just time for me to be alone." He could have walked away then. He doesn't want to walk away because he has an image to portray.
I hope you hear, Will. I'm here for you, brother. Love you.
But basically, you're saying Jada is doing everything she can to get up out of this relationship, and Will won't let her go.
What she's saying is, Jada is exactly who Will knew she was up. She
right.
was, but Will is so caught in his image in regards to being the cookie cutter good guy that he's not willing to say, this shit ain't working. We are fucked up. This marriage is trash. I need to get away from her. She needs to get away from me.
Right.
We need to be apart. He got to keep the good guy Will Smith persona.
Right.
He can't say we are failing. He can't say we lost at this.
Right.
He has to keep up the image of, regardless of how much the building is burning around him, we gonna heal this shit. We gonna fix this shit. Because I'm Will Smith and this is what y'all look for me to be.
Right.
Which I say is mental illness, and I hope Will heals soon.
So it's not mental illness for Kanye West, but it's mental illness for Will?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, genius. Will genius too, but he going through something. I just pray. I pray for healing for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But Jada,
I pray for healing for Jada. I ain't gonna pray against Jada. I hope she can get that monkey off her back too.
Well, I wish them the best, man. There was there was a pillar for love at one point. We all wanted that Will Jada love.
I didn't.
But I definitely wish them the best. It's just a lot of.
I like that. I like that Bobby Whitney love. That's the thick and thin. That's crack and all. We down.
that's why y'all would never get that type of love.
Went on like if she was still alive, God rest her soul. If she was still alive and she wrote some books, I don't even think she would went that route either. And they've had some crazy things in their relationship.
I think she would have went down that route.
What route?
The route of writing her memoir and writing.
Oh yeah, she would have.
Yeah, but I don't think she would have shitted on Bobby the way
she would have. She would have. Unfortunately, when you telling your truth, Johnny, it's not shitting on somebody. It's you telling your truth.
Your version of the truth.
Right. When you telling your truth, that's not.
Your version is definitely shitting on someone because you could still.
No, it's not.
You can still tell your truth without shitting on someone.
But it's not shitting on someone if that's your truth, Johnny. If that's how you vision them or see them or experience them, that's not shitting on them. That's what you've been through. That's your truth.
Your truth could be
right. Yeah, she's definitely right. Unfortunately, with people truths, it could be false. In the sense of, I'm saying again, the way you deceive or perceive something is solely up to you. Because I can't tell you how you felt or how you dealt with something. But that's also one of the worst things in the world, because when people say this how I felt, well, motherfucker, you over it, you doing too much.
But what is doing too much?
So again, I'm gonna give a very simple example, right? Somebody can say, you hurt me, you pushed, you hit me, right? Oh, he hit me. But I pushed you away from me. And so when you leaving it blank text like he hit me, you giving something that's leaving other people to perceive it to be either less or more dramatic than what it is. So a lot of times your truth can be what's true to you, but also at the same time, your truth cannot necessarily be the actual truth. That's why they say is his story, her story, and the truth. Because a lot of times we tell stories that benefit our way of looking at things, but that doesn't honestly mean that's actually what happened. That's what I'm saying. So your truth could be how you perceive something, but honestly, somebody on the outside looking in, it could be like, if they were there to see it, that's not how things happen.
I'm just saying he has said things before she put out this memoir, before she even said anything. When he did that Red Table Talk, unfortunately, you saw the division in their relationship. You saw that Will knew from the beginning this was not going to work.
Yeah.
When he said she cried for almost 2 years straight, and I would see her crying. At one point, and as a man, do you realize, well, I'm not making her happy. This is an unhappy situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, when she told you, when he said in the Red Table Talk that she didn't want to get married, but they were having a baby, and so he felt like it was what it was. If I tell you I don't want to get married, but you're like, well, you're pregnant, so we got to do this now. And everybody around you is like, yeah, you got to. Like, you knew from the jump she didn't want to get married. You've done interviews where you knew she loves Tupac, and you knew that you felt intimidated by the love she had for Tupac. So at what point do we say, yes, Jada has let this out, but Will has said things too that make you realize, like, nigga, you like this type of shit.
Yeah, like I said, he a bad woman, and he needs help. So I'm gonna pray for him.
Okay.
But we'll leave that talk where it is. T.I. is retiring from music.
I thought he'd been
I was
retired.
about to say he didn't retire already.
No,
And as a hip hop artist, you can't really retire.
Jay said that.
There's no real retirement.
Jay said his talents. And who is he to say, who is he to cut talent?
Yeah, like hip hop. Unfortunately, with music artists, it's hard for me to ever hear them retire because you can take breaks and then you just get inspired and then
I think
you make a hook and you still you.
I
that's
think
considered
I don't
music,
think
yeah.
he should retire, but what I think he should do is now pursue or advertise his son's music.
Put money into King, yeah.
King and Damani.
he did say, well, T.I. did start his second
Yeah.
career. He's a stand-up comedian.
Well, I don't care about that, but I think that he should be putting time and effort into Damani's and King's music career.
Right, you can retire as a rapper, but you can still do stuff in music.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the comedy shit. Johnny, don't even bring that shit up. We talked about that when that shit came out. That shit is whack. What I'm saying is, I don't think you should retire from music altogether. I think you should, how you say this, be promoting and helping your kids.
Just change your direction. You ain't rapping no more, but you still actively working in music. And again, like Damani is fucking super talented, man.
Yeah, that nigga's a beast. And
maybe if King spent more time with him nurturing his sound,
right,
that he could ultimately become, somebody to speak about in a positive light when it comes to, making music and shit. But Damani is fire, and that took time. It took time for Damani to get there, and I think a lot of his flow pattern is similar to his dad's, and so they can, if he puts more time into them, then he don't have to rap.
Right.
But he's still close to the music. And also T.I., I don't know why he really stopped acting. T.I. was doing pretty well.
I actually like the parts that T.I. had.
Yeah, and when he was on his little acting spin in the early 2000s and stuff, like he was getting some good roles and he was doing fairly well in those roles.
Right.
So I don't know what stopped that. Maybe that's what it is. But again, he was doing pretty good, and I liked his, like, for the most part, it wasn't like this nigga sucked. Like, he was believable in most of the, in the roles that he did.
Yeah, I believe him in ATL. I believe
ATL, Takers. He did well in that. He was funny in
Ant-Man.
He was funny in Ant-Man. He was funny in the movie where he got shot, where Shorty shot him. Bitch, you shot me in the foot. Identity theft. Like, he's done pretty well as an actor. Like,
right.
So if he
would have thought that'll be his next, that'll be the next transition.
Yeah, exactly. Like full-time actor, but the comedian shit, I don't know about that one.
Y'all already know my opinion about that shit.
But again, if he retires a rapper, cool, but stay in the music, like my wife said, focus on your boys. All of them. The oldest one, he's talented doing his production and his rock shit, and he knows how to play a fucking billion instruments and shit. He think his daughter can sing. Put some time into that. Like, he low-key got a talented family.
Mm-hmm. They just working in the fashion industry. She works, I think, with
right, daughter fashionable.
Gucci.
The oldest one that's not his blood daughter, but she had her moment in music. Like, he doesn't have to rap to stay in music. His kids, his lineage, all has like music aspirations. Start diving into that.
Right. Well, he is gracefully, retiring, but we shall see what he he does. Maybe he'll get back into acting. Who knows? Memoirs always been a thing, but ooh, stuff come out with these memoirs. People, like Bree says, like to put their truths out, their versions of their truths. So maybe, it's been a thing, but with the whole press run, has set a whole different, now Britney Spears is dropping a memoir and she got her stuff coming out and has people kind of looking at Justin Timberlake a little crazy. That was a relationship that was almost 20 years ago and they're not together anymore. But what's your overall thoughts
I
on
mean,
some of the stuff?
but Justin has previously, I know we've been quiet about Justin for a while, but when Britney was originally going through her shit and when she was like big in Hollywood, there was always talks about Justin, like when they were dating, her talking about her ills and her, dealing with her depression, and Justin being somewhat insensitive and like keep pushing through it, and you got to make the money and you got to be a star and you got to be this and shit. Like, so Justin had already had, like, during that time, there was talks about Justin being insensitive to her feeling the too much pressure, because again, although he felt pressure as a part of a group, he was a part of a group. Britney, when she was Britney Spears, she was a solo star and one of the biggest stars in fucking music. And during that time, there's been said that she's tried to come to him, and he's been like, "Nah, we gotta keep going. You Britney Spears, you gotta push through it and all this and shit." So a lot of what she's saying now is stuff that there's already been like speculations of him saying stuff like that. I didn't know about the baby. Allegedly she was pregnant, and he like, nah, we can't do that either. So I think, it's gonna be more telling. Again, Justin with the Janet shit, it's like Justin's name and racism and insensitive shit. Justin's had his moments where he's done shit, and it's been kind of like water under the bridge, because we let time go and we, motherfuckers forget about it. But I think this is gonna like really like showcase probably a really ugly side of who Justin Timberlake is.
Well,
I think again, when you're telling your truth, no matter how long time has passed. I think the only thing I would say though about Justin is that they did have moments in their life where they were in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and they had these moments where that was embedded into him. All you gotta do is succeed, Justin. You gotta succeed. You gotta be better than the rest. And so I think he passed that on to her, where it was like, Brittany, unfortunately, we just gotta be the best. We gotta just, succeed, right? And so we were made for this. We were kid stars, but I think because Justin actually, if you look at the kid history, Justin actually made it through without having drug issues and having cases and stuff like that. So, and in his mind, he made it through, but unfortunately, Brittany wasn't the same way, and she didn't have that kind of lifestyle. I don't think she had the family that was there, like Justin's family was there. Yeah. So I mean, I get it. But I do think Britney needs help. I feel like people are still capitalizing off of her. I feel like people are still, write your memoir. Instead of writing your memoir, why don't we sit and heal from this and deal with this, right? And so I still feel like she's being taken advantage of. So unfortunately, Justin is in the line fire of it. That's crazy. I don't think she was ready for a baby either. Unfortunately, I agree with Justin. I don't think she was mentally prepared to have that baby or physically prepared to have that baby. So, but I get it.
Maybe, but well, that's gonna.
A man can't tell a woman what to do with her body.
It's definitely gonna start a whole, new or not new, probably a new conversation, but because obviously it's dealing with them and no one talked about it yet, but it's definitely gonna bring up, and I only can imagine what other stuff that's gonna be in her memoir. Let's see
He
if it
told
gets.
her what to do with her body.
And see how that goes. Halle Bailey and DDG. I said it correct. Yes, DDG was
DDG.
recently spotted walking around in the scene. And it seems that she might be carrying a little mermaid.
He said a little mermaid.
What the fuck is wrong with
She
him?
got a little flounder.
A little bundle of joy. No, but yeah, it seems like she.
I mean,
might be
she's still
pregnant.
denying it. She's still denying it. So
Maybe she just gaining weight because she look a little chubby in the face.
No, I understand that.
When,
I'm not
when
gonna lie,
people
that picture was a
happy,
little too obvious. That one.
I mean, it's everything could be, manipulated online.
True, that is true.
Everything
But
could be
also remember,
manipulated.
they be. I feel like sometimes celebrities be forgetting, and they get caught lacking. It's like, damn, fuck, should have went this way, or should have had my jacket zipped up.
Yeah, that's true. Again, we won't know for sure until she come out and say I'm pregnant. At this point, everything is speculation because I saw pictures and I'm like, damn, her face look kind of fresh.
no, she definitely looks pregnant.
Yeah, she got the little pregnant face, but I don't know for sure. None of us know for sure. And it's gonna be whatever they want it to be. I think if she was to get pregnant now, I think would be the best of time because she's actually started to explode as a solo artist. She just did the Mermaid. She got the Color Purple shit coming up. I would love to hear more music from her as a solo artist. And so I think she just reaching that superstar level. And not saying a baby is a deterrent, but you gotta stop to take care of your baby. And so she will have to slow down in order to, do right and make sure she's healthy for her baby. If that's actually the case. So not saying it's unfortunate, but I like what I've been seeing of her in regards to her career. I just hope we continue to get more of that.
Right. But he irritates me too because he be acting dumb.
Yeah, he a big goof. Well, he again started off as a YouTube star.
That's why I don't understand how he still got his money.
That's how these YouTubers and streamers, these niggas getting coins.
Okay.
Like these niggas is getting bread. Like these niggas is really getting bread. These niggas making more than rappers. These niggas is really making money. So he blew up off of that. Then he's had a few successful songs in his community. But the streaming and Twitch and YouTube, he's one of the bigger guys in that space. So that's where he get his money from.
You think these YouTubers really make more than rappers?
I could say niggas like, well, you see Mr. Beast is damn near a billionaire.
Right. And that was solely off of just YouTube?
And that's him solely off YouTube. Mr. Beast is damn near a billionaire off shit. I'm not to talk about a kid. Ryan's Playhouse. That all started off of YouTube. A lot of these streaming, Twitchers, all them, Kai Cenat, the young black kid with the dreads, you probably seen that nigga getting bread. Like these dudes, yeah, they really getting it, and they definitely making more than these rappers. Rappers just, it's the image. But niggas in rap don't really be making money. These niggas is really making money.
But hey, they got they seem happy with their relationship, and there's a possible they possibly should be, or not should be. I mean, but possibly starting a family. There's a family in the not too distant future that's going to be created. But
her sisters are like going ham. Don't talk about. Can't wait to see it in a couple of months if we see a little
bundle of joy.
Yeah.
But hey, wish them the best. Hope all is well, everything goes well. Are you down for a possible, well, TGT reunion?
I ain't even listened to the first TGT when they were together.
Okay, so that's Dev's answer.
I mean, my wife was a fan.
I was a fan. Please don't go.
You singing a solo song?
No, that they did that remake of them. That's how they started off together.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean,
I know you wanna be. Listen, here's the problem. I love Tank. I think Tank is an amazing writer. I think Tank is an amazing producer. To me, Tank is one of those people who can sing, but we just don't give him credit. Watching his Tiny Desk and see the songs he wrote for people shows that he's talented. I just don't think Tyrese and Genuine is gonna take it serious. And the thing about Tank is that Tank, he's a perfectionist.
what led to their first breakup? Like, what was the issue?
It was that Tyrese was doing Fast and the Furious series, and Genuine, he wasn't trying to work on his vocals. In the interview, he said at one time Tyrese came and was like, "We should do this song," and they did that song, and it was on live TV, and they fucked up. And Tank was like, "Yo, I'm not doing this. Like, you're not gonna destroy my name that I worked so hard for," and I understand that. So I don't see where that has changed. I don't see where Tyrese or Genuine now will work 100% harder. So I don't see Tank taking them serious.
And as long as Tyrese can keep making Fast, this group gonna always be second fiddle to Fast.
Right.
So,
and I just don't think Genuine has the vocals that he used to have.
Yeah.
Personally, that's just me. And again, Tank still could sing. And
it seems like Tank is still actively
right
working, whereas like Genuine, you see him every now and then showing up doing the open dance and shit like that. Where then Tyrese is pretty much a full-time actor, so it's like the only person that seemed to be still active in music is Tank, and so it's like, how can this work when y'all don't take it as serious?
But we also know that Tank is a producer. He's a writer, and so he don't play about what he releases, because everything he's released, whether we known it or not, have been hits. And it's like, well, I mean, when he produces and writes,
right?
You get what I'm saying? Because remember, we was watching Tiny Desk. He was like, "Yo, we
got some shit."
And it's like, "Yo,
so
well,
we possibly for a TGT reunion. Devs out.
TGT. I mean, I honestly don't care. They're gonna sell. They sell 5 records apart. Sell 25 together. Okay. Like, what the hell? They're gonna be still in barbershop singing.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Tank is not in barbershops. Tank is well known in the industry, in the black industry, to write hits.
He's funny. I think he has a well-known reputation in R&B.
Right.
In regards to his pen and his, his writing ability, and production ability.
Right. I mean, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it because I don't think Tyrese
think it's gonna live up to
it. I just don't. But I don't think Tyrese and Genuine have what it takes to be on Tank's level. And when I say Tank's level, I mean his devotion, his dedication to R&B.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Tyrese, let's get into, you mentioned Fast and the Furious. Let's get into his Fast and the Fury buddy. Which they kind of have a love-hate relationship. It's
just hate.
Traded some words on social media, but The Rock's wax statue has been unveiled. Does it look like The Rock?
That shit like Vin Diesel.
As much as Lil Wayne's wax
Lil Wayne should look like Lil Twist.
Yo, But I don't understand. These Madden two stars, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Madden Tucson.
Tucson.
Yeah.
These were known. She was known for doing
Like
waxes.
cool shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You go to the wax museum. It's funny to me how Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Chris, what's the other two?
Kendall,
Kylie look exactly alike.
Yeah.
Exactly like their.
They took one image and made all of it. We just gonna put Kendall name right here. We're gonna put
right, but they look like themselves. It's crazy to me whenever they have like a black or a little bit of a color wax, it becomes like the most difficult thing in the world to fucking do. Yeah. Because unfortunately, whether The Rock wants to,
they can't get black features.
Right. Unfortunately, The Rock don't want to admit it. He's somewhat Polynesian. He's dark. He's considered a colored man.
And his dad is black. His dad is a black man.
But every time they have to do a black wax statue, it's like they miss the motherfucking mark.
Yeah, they do. That's a fact, though. And I don't know if it's like they only really show us the nigga fuck ups, like, because it only seems like whenever we have these conversations about them messing up wax figures, it seems to always be a black superstar, a black celebrity. They never get the black people right, and they done fucked up Rihanna. They done fucked up Beyonce. People that's like, if you don't do theirs, you gonna make sure that they shit is right. And it's like, yo, they shit look horrible.
Yeah. The fuck?
Well, I said, damn, just think about it. Can we name one person of color's wax that is like, oh, nah, that's really them?
Yeah, in the last couple of years, every time we've seen conversation about these characters, it's always been like, well, who the fuck is that? Why the fuck it look like that?
Right. The last Beyonce wax that they tried, she looked white. And I'm like, but yeah, she's on the lighter skin ended of the toe, but bitch is still black.
I think white people, no offense, don't have much features. They got real bland, flat faces. And maybe that's why it's easy for them to do it right. Black people, we got features. We got curvy lips, curvy noses. Our eyes are, all different shapes and sizes. I don't know. I'm trying to give them some leeway because black people, we got just fuller faces. It's harder for them to do it, where white people's faces is more flat.
But that's excuses for them because damn, like,
yeah, it is.
It's a bunch of black waxes that you guys have tried and failed.
I can name one. Carmelo's wax they did Carmelo Anthony's wax good.
Who?
Carmelo Anthony.
Got a wax figure?
Yeah. In New York, woman was looking for the Knicks.
He did that in his crib. I ain't do that.
Nah. Melo's actually looked just like him.
Melo ain't no celebrity, but
well, he's big in New York, so they did him right in New York. And this is the Paris Madame Tussauds that did The Rock the way they did, and probably the Paris one that did everybody else how they did them.
It's probably so, because the Madame Tussauds, the big ones is New York and LA. So maybe they need to stop doing it over in those other places.
Yeah, this is Paris, and this was in 2012.
What's that?
The wax. Just look how small. What's his name was? What's his name?
Miller.
His son.
Oh, Cayenne.
Yeah, look how small he was.
Oh yeah, that's old. But I mean, that's when he was with the Knicks, and it's been some time since he's been. Yeah, they did a pretty good job on the Melo. Definitely. But okay, that's one out of, and that was years ago.
In Paris.
So, right. They still fucking up. Recently, with the last 5 years, every black wax figure they put out has been fucking trash. So they gotta stop doing black people. We need a black Madame Tussauds where black folks, wax figure makers, can do black people justice.
But hey, Time will tell. Time will tell.
I ain't mad living this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit was old. But my whole thing is Lil Wayne actually responded to them, and that's when you should feel ashamed. He just said, "This ain't me."
This ain't me, bro.
Like, no, he said, "This is not me." If you read the tweet, he wrote to them. He was like, "I don't know who this is, but this is not Lil Wayne. Like, this is not me." I know you gotta feel embarrassed. Like, the fuck? For the person to tell you, "Yo, this ain't me."
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Look at Weezy. He kind of looked like YMW Melly.
Facts, though.
Damn, why they made him so skinny?
I mean, because Lil Wayne is skinny.
He little.
Not
but
like
he
that
not
though.
Skinny. Soldier Boy is skinny.
Lil Wayne is skinny like a Soldier Boy.
Nah, he ain't as thin as Soldier Boy. He ain't as frail as Soldier Boy. He a little nigga, but Wayne always had like somewhat like fit. Look somewhat fit. That shit just bad.
No, I'm just reading the comments on Weezy. Yeah, people are hilarious.
Yeah, that shit bad. It was a horrible job.
But let's get from whack figures to something Dev said in the chat. Is there a dress code while taking family pics? Along the lines of being appropriate and inappropriate.
Maternity pick.
Not maternity.
I mean the
Like
They
firstborn,
call it-
like when the
they
baby
call
was
it baby
born.
arrival.
okay, arrival picks. With my guy Jello and his girlfriend or wife. I don't know what the status of their relationship.
I'm not sure.
No, he said he ain't gonna get married for at least 5 or 6 years.
What's her name?
Nikki,
Nikki,
something
baby.
like that.
She dropped the baby.
Okay, so as
I wouldn't know.
formerly known as Nikki Baby, and Jello recently had their baby. Congratulations to that. But the internet is interneting because in the picture, the boys match, and she coordinated as well, but she has a very revealing outfit, where you can see her boobies and her penna draws. And so a lot of people are saying, like, for such a what's supposed to be a wholesome moment, her attire wasn't doing it for that moment. What do you think, baby?
So why are we okay when they are pregnant, they showing their titties and their almost vaginas, but when they drop the baby and there's pictures with the baby in it, you can't have that? Because my whole thing is, as a kid, I wouldn't want to see my mom just holding her boobs like this and taking pictures of her tummy. And some of these see-through robes that these women be using for their maternity pictures be raunchy as hell.
Yeah, they do, and those are the ones that are not good. But again, with the mama holding the baby, that's nurturing because that's symbolic to life.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones when you're in the maternity and you just showing all your titties and all your vagina and ass. That doesn't. It's still, no kid wants to look back at that and be like, "Why are you while pregnant with me, you showing titties and ass?"
Right. Yeah, in that same case.
So what's the difference? Let's keep it along the board. Let's make sure that we understand that, yes, I understand her outfit was a little bit much, but one thing about Nikki, she's always been a little bit much. Two, her maternity photos were she just had like pasties on, her whole titties were out, she was showing her belly. No one was saying nothing then. If we're gonna keep that energy, let's keep it the energy across the board.
I understand that point. I understand that point, Breeze. Like, if no one had an issue with them doing all the sexiness while pregnant, What is the difference? Maybe some people say the difference is the baby is still in the belly. The baby isn't born yet.
Right, but they
Some
love
people
the
just don't know.
sexuality. They love that she's loving her body. And no offense to Nikki, but she loves her body now.
To be honest, I had never even heard shit about her maternity. I ain't seen nobody talk about it. I didn't even think it was a conversation until now. I didn't even know she was that far along in the pregnancy to even have a baby. I didn't know any of this until this recent picture of her.
I mean, people have announced it all over social media when they had their baby because the balls went to like they went out all out for the babies and stuff like that. So I mean, not the babies, the baby and everything. But I remember because she went on Jason Lee, and was talking about the maternity shoot and stuff like that. So again, that's the only reason why I know that the maternity shoot was a little bit raunchy as well.
So as you saying, it's on brand.
It's her. It's just who she is.
Yeah, it's on brand. It's what she do.
Right. So why are we upset?
I don't think the people that's talking ain't talking about her brand. They talking about what would be too raunchy for a
right. And what I think is too raunchy is when you do a maternity shoot and you got your titties out and your ass out. Because no matter what, these are for the kids' memory. They ain't really for yours.
Right.
It's to show, oh, when I was pregnant with you, this is how I look. This is, this is what I looked like. So
can we live in a world where both is too much?
Yeah, I feel so. So we took maternity shoot. We took a maternity shoot.
Yeah, but ours
ain't raunchy.
Yeah, it's not.
But they beautiful pictures that Dorian could look back at and been like, "You look beautiful. Dada looks serious."
Yeah, it's classy. It's again, and I think that's what more people are talking about because these are supposed to be moments that your child look back on. And if I was her child, I'd be like, "Mom, why you got your titties out of my picture?"
Some people may say my dress from Mexico and our pictures from Mexico may be a little too raunchy, to split in the middle.
I don't think nobody said that. You grown as hell. I can't grown as hell. Ain't nobody saying that. Now I see if you sitting there holding him and he breastfeeding, and then you got people probably be like, okay, that's too much. You're doing too much, but ain't nobody gonna say that. I can't go on to say that. They only say it because this is a newborn child
who doesn't know. I'd rather do a sexy photo shoot, no offense, with a baby who can't see me the way I'm dressed than do it with a grown child like Dorian's age who could be like, why are you dressing like that, man? Go put on some damn clothes, ma. You get what I'm saying? That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. And then it'd be far after the moment with the baby.
Right.
When they finally say something.
Right.
It's like, that was so long ago, blah, blah, blah. It passed.
I didn't mind her outfit. I thought it was just Miss Nikki.
Yeah, they could take the pictures, they drop the baby off, and then they go to the club right after. They fit. Like, she got a club outfit on, and, 2 for 1.
Right.
2 for 1.
Not only that, I love who Miss Nikki has become. Now she's trying to get away from Nikki Baby and all this other. She has real estates and businesses that her family has left down to her. And so why are we they just always got something to say about her. Because when she got with Ball, they were like, oh, she a gold digger, and she's always had her own money. That's one thing I can say about her. She's always had family businesses, and she's always been this sex symbol. What is it? So she's supposed to, you can give her a hand clap when she's pregnant to be a sex symbol, but the minute she drops the baby, she got to turn into what?
Well, that's Bree's thoughts on inappropriate versus appropriate attire for family picture. We'll stick with another topic on social media. And this topic was brought to social media, but I'm pretty sure these conversations have happened a lot, but Lala basically was at a dinner, and there's a topic that came up. Should one post their significant other on social media?
What you think, John?
I think I would say
Say you with somebody long term, and they they never post you or whatever, and they tell you, hey, I want to keep our relationship private. I don't need people in my business, and that's just what it is. Would you be okay with that? Would you be able to accept it?
see this I have two answers to this because it's I feel like it's it plays a role. Obviously, we're in a time where social media has been like it's a part of like life. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to post everything you do
Yeah.
on social media, but it's like certain things because it's like a new well, it's not new, it's been around, but it's like more like social media is where like you let people know certain things, even though you don't have to, but
Right.
it has become the place where you let people know, oh, you got a new job, you won the lotto, you on a
Right.
vacation. It's just like, certain things, good and bad. So it's not just the positives, it's like good and bad.
Right.
So me, I ain't a big social media person. I'm on social media, but I ain't a big like big on social media. So to
Right.
me, I wouldn't care, but I think the right answer to this is if you're not like a famous person, like a regular everyday person, I think you should post your significant other on social media.
You said if you're famous, you shouldn't, but if you're a
Yes.
regular person, you should.
Yes.
And why? What's the difference?
I think the difference is for like a famous person dating a regular person, like if you're a famous person dating a regular person,
Uh huh.
you want to protect them from all that stuff because that's not even though dating you or dating a famous person, you kind of sign up for it, but there's still a ways where they could keep you, I want to say hiding, but keep you secret, where you could still keep your peace and y'all can be happy and do what y'all got to do
Right.
in a way, because it's still even with doing being famous and regular, it's still gonna probably difficult because they'll be doing whatever they can to get a picture of you. So to
Right.
keep people at ease, every now and then, maybe you should post it. But
Yeah, I think the only right answer is do what works for you. Do what works for you and your partner, and that's the only right answer. Because if you post them, cool, that's great. If that's what you want to do, that's great for y'all. If that's what your partner likes or your partner don't like, I know people who hate being posted and they in relationships and they don't care about none of that because the people that know them that's within their circle, social circle, they know what it is. So generally with social media, that's how we reach people that's not close to us, and so that's a lot of times how we tap into markets that's not near us and speak to family and friends and keep in contact with family and friends that's not close to you. But the ones that's near and dear, I would think they know. So it's up to you. Ultimately, it's up to you and your partner of what works. I don't think your relationship is defined by how often you post somebody or like when you don't post somebody. Like your relationship isn't stronger because you post your partner all the time. You have these long drawn out messages about how much you love them and what y'all doing. Your relationship is not more fruitful than somebody who's don't post anything about their relationship. They probably use their social media solely for business or solely for comedy or whatever the case may be. However, you feel the need to use your social media, I think it's up to you. And if you and your partner is okay with the way you guys are both using your social media, then it's really not an issue at all. We can't limit our lives and relationships to think social media is equates what's appropriate for people who really live in real life. Social media is not real. You
I
gotta actually
agree.
do the real. You gotta do the living in real life. Social media is not gonna determine how good of a relationship you got. But if you want to post your partner, and you want to post them every day, or you want to post them every 6 months, that's up to you. Honestly, it don't matter. Like as long as you guys have an understanding and it works for y'all, that's what it is.
I understand, but also to that aspect as well, like you mentioned, social media activity. With social media, access is, accessibility to other people outside the relationship is a much bigger, I'm trying to say, much bigger pool.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
So, like you said, you don't gotta post a person all the time, but at least once. It's like, it's like to the world we are in a relationship, especially now in today's society.
But even with that, social media is so yesterday's history, old news or whatever. God forbid you post your partner once a year. People look at that like, yeah, he or she only they only post each other like every few months. Like people would diatribe and break that down to be whatever they want it to be. Like, yeah, they ain't really serious because you see he or she hasn't posted that person in like 6 months. What's going on over there? The whole time they living their best life. Like,
No, I understand that aspect, but I think from what I'm saying is it's just like, obviously, significant other, social media, there's millions of single people in this world. Everyone can get online and interact. So, there's more of, even though people's gonna shoot their shot regardless.
in person, shit, a motherfucker online, like it's online, it's on the phone, it's on the device. Person shooting a shot in person is more effective than shooting online to me.
Not in this time and age.
No, it's probably a little more difficult in this time of age to do in person because of the transition to how social media is and the effect of social media.
Yeah.
So it's like everything on social media, and obviously, there's people that get DM'd countless, like plenty of people. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think it's also like I said, just I feel like it's just how much you use social media, even though it's like a norm in today's society. It's become a norm,
Yeah,
but
it's a part of everyday life.
but I still think it's like if you go to someone's page and they ain't posting like they had a social media page, they ain't posting like 10 years, and they're like in a relationship. I don't think it's necessarily matters if you post them or not. They just have it. They just don't really use it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think, like you said, I don't think it's really going to change anything. It's just a part. It's a new part of life, new way of living life. Social media is a part of our everyday lives for majority of people, because there's still some people that refuse to join the social media wave and stay away from it, and commend to them. Like, but I think it's all a matter of like the activity.
Right.
But in my honest opinion, I wouldn't really care. But like you said, people get to talking. Some people may feel like, oh, what you hiding?
Yeah, it's all to each his
Who
own.
are you to? Maybe they ain't posting you because they in a relationship that they ain't posting. So
Yeah.
you're in a multiple relationships and you just ain't posting none of them.
And that could be definitely be a case or a factor. But I'm just saying that don't that that doesn't definitely say that's the case. You get what I'm saying? That's not a guarantee. People
That's true,
post
man.
what
It's
they
not.
post. People say what they want. A lot of people live facades on social media. Social media, again, to me, isn't real. So you should look for social media to find validity in anything,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to people personal relationships. But I seen a lot of motherfuckers post online and be knowing they ass in real life. Like, yeah, okay.
But to each their own, like Dev said, whatever
Right,
works.
you ain't get it. What's your take?
Well, you know my take. I don't mind posting. I would say at some point, I think every girl want to be posted at some point, or sometimes I feel like it's another way of saying, yo, this is my girl. Like, she's beautiful. This is who belongs to me, and I'm proud of this, and I acknowledge it. And I think, in the girl aspect, of course, who doesn't want to be posted and shown in the light, or as from their significant other, boyfriend, husband, you know, uh that type of shit, like, oh, this is mine, this is who I rock with, this is who I am. And so I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think women most women post men more, or their significant other more, than men post women. And it's because men don't think like, oh, I'm gonna show my appreciation to on social media. But now it's become a more of a lifestyle to post your significant other, whether you a man or a woman. So it's now like, you see now more of videos with music, and like them showing like
it's more of content than anything.
Right. So I mean,
see, and that's bad, because it's like, I get it, because I can't knock nobody hustle, but then based on that, it's like, it's a hustle. Like, we selling a lifestyle, we selling a brand.
Right, but isn't that what building is? If you have a female, or you have a YouTube page of husband and wife, or you have a YouTube Instagram, or an Instagram couple Instagram, or a couple this, that's, to me, that's better than just posting a post. That's you building a brand together.
Yeah,
you making money together.
What I'm saying is, in the sense of, it becomes more business than relationship. So both, it can go hand in hand. You can make money with your partner and showcase your love for the person, but it's kind of like, it's a sticky, if you ain't strong, if your relationship ain't strong, it becomes a sticky situation, because now not only are you trying to make a profit off your relationship, so you add that part of it, so now your partner is truly a business partner, and then on top of that, you have to do things for the sake of the business, and then you have to do things based on.
But what I'm saying is, it's just like how Kevin on stage, and his wife is the other one that works with him, the female one, and her husband. Yeah. There's so many people who do it, baby. What I'm saying to you is, that's posting your husband, whether it's for content or not. If you're still posting it, it's ultimately, it is a business page, but that's how you build together. If we was to do a couples podcast, yeah, we would have to do videos like that, where we showcasing this and showcasing that, because ultimately that's advertisement, right? It's advertising. And unfortunately, when you post your significant other, that's what you're doing. Because if I'm posting you and I'm saying to the world, this is my husband and he's an amazing guy, he's this and he's that, and I'm putting a description of what you are to me, ultimately what I'm doing as a woman is I'm advertising, like, yo, this is mine. But I'm advertising in the sense where I'm still saying this is mine, but I'm advertising what type of nigga you are.
Yeah, again, it works. That works. And the opposite works as well. Some people don't post shit at all, and they happy, and they doing whatever.
But if you're posting other shit, and you're not promoting, but you posting other shit and other females and all this other stuff, then yes, you as a man should post.
If you posting other women,
right?
Then yes, okay. Now you can question, why are you posting other women and not posting your wife?
Right.
But if you post other content, that don't mean you have to post your partner. your page could be strictly comedy, or it could be strictly gaming, or it could be strictly sports. Like,
But that to me is funny too, because if you take the time out to post that, you have time to post a picture or two of your wife or your significant other. Let
yeah,
people.
you do, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. Because as long as if you're ultimately it's what's going on in the house. If your partner is okay with your situation, people feeling on the outside, why don't he post or she don't post? To me, that means nothing.
Right.
Now, if your partner is saying you post all this dumb shit, but I would like you to post me more or post me every now and
No
then.
woman's gonna say that, or no woman's gonna come out and blatantly say that, because then that man's not posting you because he wants to. It's because he has to, and that's what I'm gonna say about it. I'm just saying, just again, if you both have social media, be mindful that woman most likely 99.9% of the time wants you to post her.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Each his own.
No, I mean,
I post when I feel like it. I don't post at all, really. But if I want to post something about my wife, I'll post it when I feel like it. That's me. I'm going to post when I feel it, and that ain't going to change. That's how I feel. She posts when she feels like it, and I ain't going to ever say to her, post me more, showcase me more. That ain't, again, I'm not looking for people to accept our love from the outside.
But that's it's not acceptance, and I think that's the problem.
Appraisal from the world.
But I think that's where you have it wrong. It's not appraisal or an acceptance from the world, and this is why you think it's more of a confessing type of love, right? Because nowadays,
walking your territory.
I confess in front of God, so that's the only person I need to confess for.
But even with that, you confessed not only in front of God, you confessed in front of your family and friends. So what's the difference?
Exactly.
But what's the difference of you doing that on social media?
We ain't do it on live. We ain't going on Facebook Live.
But you dead came back here and posted the wedding, and you wrote, for the people who couldn't make it to the wedding, here is a glimpse. So you still confessed something over social media, which we didn't have.
That's what I'm saying. I did that because I felt the need to do that. I felt like I wanted to share that moment. Everybody's not gonna be me.
But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a confession, whether you want to admit that or not. It was a confession of our love and what we did in a quiet place where we didn't have people. So again,
something that I wanted to do though. That was my option to do.
But it was still confessing your love.
Yeah, but I'm not saying because this person, this woman or man over here might not have done what I've done, don't mean my confession or my what I've done for us or my how I recognize our love or relationship.
But I don't think Lala was asking that. I think she was asking, like,
she was honestly, she was asking all of that. Like, what do you think? And ultimately,
what do you think as a significant other? Would you think that it is wrong?
And so with that, everybody is allowed to have their own space in regards to, if it works for us, then that works for us. If it don't work for us, then it don't work for us. And nobody is wrong in these type of situations. Nobody is wrong, because social media, there's been millions of years where we haven't had social media.
Which is
and that's okay. And people have lived long, happy marriages. And the people that had long, happy relationships, and the people that needed to be there and be a part of it was there. And it's okay. It can go either way. And if you want to be a person that share not only with your intimate circles, but your friends online, you want to build a brand around it, then that's cool too. Like, there's a space for all of us in the sense of how you show when it comes to social media, because again, social media is solely it's a media social outlet. Like, we can have life without it. That one day there might not be no social media. One day we might be in. Some people say we already in the fucking the
Matrix.
So there was life without it. That we're in a life with it, and it's okay for you to be on whatever side of the spectrum that you want to be. Whether you be a person that showcase every day, every week, once a year, not at all, it's okay. As long as your partner is okay, y'all understand that we don't need that because yes, you saying every woman wants to be posted, but again, there probably one woman that don't want to be posted. There's probably a man that do want to be posted and a men that don't want to be posted. Like everybody's different emotionally on an emotional spectrum, and so there's a space for everybody.
I'm just saying, Johnny said wink wink to your ass. Like
I based it off what I heard in this.
John just a dumbass.
I based it off what I heard and what was being insinuated. I ain't instigating anything. I just went with the flow. But like Dev says, it's each your own. Whatever makes you happy, happy. What makes me happy doesn't make next person happy. Whatever makes the next person happy doesn't make me happy. That's why life is what life is.
Before we get out of here, there's one conversation I saw. We spoke about Tyrese. We talked about relationships. I saw a snippet of his ex-wife talking about their marriage, and she wished she had better people around her to help her deal with her emotions in regards to because if she had, it's kind of like it was two things. She didn't, to me it was like she kind of blamed other people for her not staying in her marriage because she didn't have the right people around to tell her to not jump off the ledge, and that's one aspect of it. And two, is it important to have the right ears or the right people around your relationship? Like a lot of times, relationships supposed to be one-on-one. And, a lot of times you try to limit the people or keep people out of your marriage in specific. But is it a good thing to have, two questions, is it a good thing to have people in your marriage? And if so, how do you decide who's the right person to even have a say in your relationship? I always say all the time, like, motherfuckers who single and in fucked up relationships ain't the person I usually go to for relationship advice. So it's just like, but based on what she was saying, it's like she had the wrong people in her ear during her marriage, and that's why she wished she would have did it different and had different people around her. So is she
said she was on the phone with the lawyer while she was going through a moment with him.
Yeah. And again, a lawyer is a lawyer.
Yeah, you pay the lawyer. The lawyer being paid for, the lawyer doesn't really have to.
You're not a counselor. It's not a counselor.
That's the best interest, but it's kind of like, oh, you want to keep getting money. You will want to do what's in the best interest of your client if you want to continue to get paid. It may not be looking for it, but to continue.
Or you do what's best interest for you to get paid.
Yeah. That too. But sometimes that aligns with the client. Sometimes doing what's best for the client. I think to Dev's question, I think it's like a yes or no. Because obviously, just in life in general, having the wrong people around you could definitely affect your everyday life. So it can affect your everyday life. I can only imagine it taking a toll or affecting a relationship. But it's like a balance I feel like you have to have. Even with you having that, you still have to make your own decisions. You have to experience and live.
So you're saying even with the right people around, you still have to limit.
Yeah, you have the right people around and still fuck up, Yeah. You can have the wrong people around and succeed. That's just like how life is. You still have to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
You can weigh everybody's influence, advice, and everything, But when it's all said and done,
Ultimate
the
decision is
judge,
yours.
the jury. You make the choice. You make the decision. But like you said,
So
I still think
and
it's
that,
a little,
so
you know, oh, blame the people that was around her.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, ultimately, I get what she's saying. Like, yes, it's good to have a good, village around you, but ultimately, you do have to make that decision. You also have to, weigh the decision with your heart and mind,
Right.
and your partner, and figure out like, is this something we can bounce back from? Because basically, what she's saying now, it's like I was so focused on the negatives. Now that I'm thinking about all the things, the great things about him, this shit was nothing.
Right.
And so, but it's after the fact, which makes it sad because it's like I've allowed these little things to carry such a burden on me that I completely forgot about all he's done for me and all he's been for me.
Right.
And now that I don't have it, now I'm feeling it.
Yes. Maybe it's really thinking like she made that a rash decision that ended something that was really good for her. That's one way to look at it. I don't know if that's how she's feeling, but that's one way to look at it. But Bree, what's your thoughts?
I just feel like when you enter a marriage, the outside voices, unless you're gonna do counseling with with your leader, your church leader, or a professional, then okay. But I think conversations, period, are cut out. I think there's you're not gonna like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't think there's any good intentions when you go outside of your marriage and look for advice outside of your marriage. Period.
You think you're looking for somebody to agree with what you're saying?
Yes, I'm on your side. You're right. Because you don't get two sides of the story, you only get one.
Yeah.
And so I can make you feel some type of way, but that person don't know if you made me feel some type of way first.
Right.
And so what you're telling them is what you want them to hear.
Tell them your truth.
Right. Oh,
So basically, yeah, tell them their truth.
And so, but your truth sometimes is
Will be
one-sided.
manipulated.
No, it's one-sided. It's not
Yeah,
manipulated.
it is manipulated.
No, it's not manipulated. You didn't manipulate the situation. You're telling them your side of the story, what you felt. How you feel, Johnny, is not manipulation. You can't manipulate your feelings so that other people you're telling them what you feel. No, you're telling them what you feel and how this made you feel and what was said to you. And so that is your truth. That's your side of the story.
Yeah, but
my side of the story may be
when you leave pieces out, that's manipulating because you're not giving the whole truth.
Most of the time,
you don't give the whole truth.
Johnny, how are you gonna give my truth? How is if Devin came to you, tell you, Johnny, I felt this, I felt that. This is what Bree told me. This is what happened. How is he gonna tell you how I feel? How he's gonna tell you what I experienced? How is he gonna tell you what's going on with me? Hold on, that because if he tells you what happened, but he tells you how it made him feel and how what he experienced, that's not manipulation. If he's living out how I feel, if he ultimately can't talk on my shit. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
No, I know. I understand that aspect, but what I mean by manipulation is just like you said. You said when you look out when you seek advice outside your marriage, it's obviously not with good intent. You're looking for yes people, so therefore you could be dead wrong, and you're painting. It's still your truth, but just painting the picture like your significant other is the dead wrong counterpart.
Right, because that's how you felt, and that's no, it's not. It's not manipulation because
I hear what both of y'all saying. What John is basically saying is you can go and tell the half truth, whether it's because again, I'm trying to get past your truth thing because a lot of times people can go and tell a story in a certain way that makes them look like the right person when they know if they told the whole truth based on what happened, then these other people might look at them like, no, you were wrong. So a lot of times people do tell stories in a way that makes them, that will manipulate people to think that they're in the right. Now, your truth also, if you truly go tell the truth, your truth should align with what's true. Like we say your truth is truth, but the truth should always be the truth. Whereas like, this is my truth is this, because your truth should be the actual truth of what actually took place, so you can get a non-biased opinion from somebody if you are looking out. But a lot of times we go to these people and kind of curve it in a way that it makes us look like we're not crazy, right? And so this person can say, ultimately they on your side anyway, so they looking to be on your side. So then if you tell a story in a certain way, then you just justify or confirm that they on your side anyway.
Yeah, so
that's what you're trying to say, John, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah, because it's like at the end of the day, you're not looking for someone to tell you you're wrong if you're wrong. You're going to your people for a reason. But if you want the honest truth from the people that's closest to you outside the relationship, the best way to go about it is telling them the whole truth, more than just your truth. If you tell them the whole truth, they could give you, like Dev said, a non-biased, objective answer. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Bree, you're really the homie, but you kind of fucked up. You might have to fix this. But also, he shouldn't have not reacted that way. You should speak about it, but he definitely should have never reacted that way, because the way he reacted was wrong. Because you come out and say, yeah, both parties could be wrong, but you have to communicate the information correctly. Everyone needs to have the correct information, because when you don't have the correct information, people are just going to go over what they hear and then help create a wedge that might have not really been there, but might have been slightly created with that communication of not having the whole truth in it. Now they every chance they get, they're egging it on, like, oh, fuck him or fuck her, do this, do that. Oh, he's tripping again. Why you still? You know what I'm trying to say? Then it starts building all this negative stuff around your whole relationship. That's why the whole truth is with the route you should go. Everyone's like you said, Bree. Everyone's entitled to that.
Like she said, keep motherfuckers out your shit.
Right.
But the whole truth is where it's at. But as I said, so it's like she could blame her friends because maybe she led them on to a belief that might have been wrong and it destroyed the relationship. But that's why I say you have to have some, even with good people around you, bad people around you still have to be grounded enough to still make the right choices, or really look at things from all angles before you make a choice. Don't look at it from black, white. Look at all aspects, all shades, from all different type of degree angles. Look at it from everywhere, outside the box, the corner of the boxes, everywhere. And then after you do that, if the cons outweigh the pros, you do what you do. That's this is me. But hey, everybody's entitled to how they feel.
But we shouldn't be listening to John anyway. He ain't been in a relationship for years.
So John can give you relationship.
Hey man, I defined your thing. But either way, I'm just saying, in this aspect of it,
ain't coming to your way.
But I ain't gonna lead nobody astray, even with that.
Oh God, you are, because you don't know when to say someone is wrong. That's the problem with your ass. You always want world peace.
John, was it Sweden or Switzerland?
Always, even when we used to fight in college.
Yeah, it's Switzerland, but to have world peace, someone has to be wrong.
No.
To unite world, yes.
When we used to fight in college, John never had a side. It was always, but Bree, just calm down.
I can't pick. That's different. I can't pick a side. I'm cool with both of you.
No, you can pick wrong and right.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You can be cool. I want you to tell me I'm wrong. I can respect that. I'm your brother.
That's not picking a side.
That is.
No, I'm saying
No, it's
picking
not.
a side. No, not picking a side is picking a side. Because instead of saying, yo, Dev, like you just said, yo, Bree, you the homie.
Right.
Dev, you the homie, you my brother, I love you. But nigga, you fucked up and you need to go make this right.
But that's not picking a side. That's just
right. That is, that's
wrong.
Picking the right. Right.
No, what
that's
I'm
picking
saying
the right side.
I'm saying, right, it's okay to pick the right side.
No.
You don't do that.
No,
you
I
don't
agree.
do that.
No, that's not true at all.
That is true.
No, what you do is, yo, y'all gotta work it out.
Right.
Man. Like,
right.
y'all gotta figure this out, man, bro.
Not true at all.
Yes, it is. I've known you for 14 years. No.
I'll tell you, like I always say.
You be like, well, maybe damn, she feel like this. Well, Sabrina, maybe
you always
like that.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do for yourself at the end of the day.
No, but I'm just saying is, John, you're like world peace. I'm
all for the world peace,
Kumbaya, my lord.
But how do you uphold world peace?
You pick a side, but you don't know how to pick a side, and that's the problem with your ass. You have
to choose violence. Violence is how you achieve world peace.
What?
That's how Americans done it.
That's such a fucking American answer, though.
No, it's not.
How do you choose? How you gonna get world peace? Become violent. You become violent.
You gotta beat people.
You have to. I've been saying this for a long time. Unfortunately, to have world peace, there has to be a little violence.
So then, in order for us to have world peace in this bitch,
we gotta be snuffing each
other. It gotta be World War II in this bitch.
I'm just saying.
I gotta hit you with glasses. This is the type.
We've had our fighting, so maybe that's what led to us being more
right. Because our arguments were violent, but what I'm saying is, this is Johnny's. But see, this is Johnny's advice in a relationship. In order to achieve,
you get off the phone with John, you be like, okay, what the fuck I'm gonna do now?
Right.
But you still ain't got no answer.
Right. In order for me to achieve world peace in my home, I have to kick his ass, or he has to beat my ass in order for us to achieve world peace in the home. Devin, Johnny figured it out.
That's what it sounds like.
Y'all just took what I said to the. Y'all gotta be out here. Y'all gotta have me out here looking like, oh yeah.
All right, so people in a relationship, y'all want a successful relationship? Beat each other's ass per Johnny.
In order to exceed, because violence is the
answer
to world peace.
That's crazy, but but seriously though, can't get world
we
peace.
Serious.
You can't get world peace without no violence.
I'm serious too.
Cause you gotta really think about it.
You want world peace in your home. You want peace. You want that man to take out the garbage can. I mean the garbage. You throw that shit in his face and you tell him to do that shit right now. Do that shit right now, because that's gonna achieve the peace in the home. Because then he gonna know not to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he like a dog. Got to put his face in the key and stuff.
I am not saying.
And mark your territory like a cat. You gotta go piss in the corner, let her know this my house.
I am not saying any of that. I'm not.
That's what I took from this conversation. I'm just letting
got it, John.
We
soaking it all in. We soaking it all in.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
So now on, if you're not violent with me, I know you don't want peace.
This ain't real. If I ain't, checking you and hemming you up, then I really don't love you.
Right. Then you don't want peace in this home, okay? All right. I don't hit you over the head with a bottle or anything. Every now and then. This is not peaceful.
I have no idea how we got to this.
I'll tell you how we got to this. You said that stupid line. In order to achieve world peace, we must get violent.
No, that's true. But now, I brought up the American answer. I'm talking like in the general of world peace, and y'all trying to apply it, and it's like, but I guess that's not what I'm saying. But y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all manipulating my truth. I'm telling you my truth. Y'all manipulating my truth. So, but with that being said, that's a wrap. brand new episode of another Shitty Opinion podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, my guy Dev, the host in the
Nope.
back, and we are out.